the main event. I love Teixeira. He's great. Everybody wanted to root for him. Everybody's rooting for him. Everyone wanted to see him win, but he's an old man, right? He's an old man in his 40s, and he's, you know, fighting for a belt that was vacated. Jamal Hill is not the most technical fighter. He's not the most greatest fighter. He looks a little soft. He looks like he could harden his body up, which doesn't really mean much because DC, of course, wasn't, you know, like a bodybuilder. But he looks a little soft. You wouldn't look at him and think he was a fighter necessarily. But he's extremely athletic. He's super able-bodied, and he's got, you know, I don't want to say basic, but he's got lower level technique, but his athleticism gets him by on a lot of it. So he's technically the title holder right now, but I wouldn't exactly call him the champ because there was some really weird circumstances to allow him to fight for the title. He needs to win another fight with the title. He needs to defend the title, and then we can call him the champ. I won a vacated title. I'll say this. Yeah, I was a title holder. I was a title holder until I defended against Jake Shields, and then I was definitely a champ. The fight was good. Glover was tough. He wasn't able to finish a lot of those takedowns, and he didn't get enough done when he did get the takedowns. He did a great job with high level attacks on the legs, right? He did like high crotches, those type of things. But his speed to finish and his turning angles weren't quite there. He would kind of take that high level shot, get into the hips a little bit, and then push his way into a clinch or body lock and then push him into the fence, which is fine. But he wasn't very, he wasn't doing enough when he did get him to the fence. He wasn't doing enough work. He wasn't wearing him out. He wasn't damaging him enough. You know, Jamal Hill did a great job of escaping, avoiding, and landing good, solid punches the whole fight. And Glover is a tough dude. He was able to take him, walk through him, keep fighting. Was not finished. He fought the whole 5 rounds, finished his career on his feet. He's walking away. Yeah, we'll have to see what happens with Jamal Hill next. We'll see. We'll see if he becomes a champ, a real champ. But then again, okay, so who's left? Who's left for him to fight? What's left at light heavyweight? John Jones gone. Who else are we looking at right now? Zamir says, I love Glover. Yep, he's awesome. He's a great dude. And he was one of the guys. When I got cut from the UFC, I got invited. I was cornering Ricky Fukuda, Japanese fighter in Japan. And it was an event right after I got cut by them, released by them. And I go to corner him. So I'm at the event cornering, even though I just got released. And Glover pulled me aside. He's like, man, I heard what happened to you. I'm so scared. I was so scared. If I thought to myself, if they can do that to you, how they could do that to anybody? They could do that to me. Like, you could see he was visibly shook by them firing me for the reasons that they fired me for. Like, UFC knew what they were doing when they were doing what they did to me. They 100%, they were giving messages to the other fighters, and it worked. These guys have come forward and talked to me about it and talked about how scared they are and how afraid they are about what the UFC will do to them if they don't go along with what they tell them. It's the evilness of a monopoly. Evil monopoly.